Good afternoon, everybody. Time for more running backs. Once again, I want to remind everybody the Hawks Nest stream will be taking place tonight at 7 p.m. Adjust your calendars, adjust your alarm clocks, and hope to see you there tonight. We're going to talk about the upcoming decisions the Seahawks need to make in the draft. All right, running back evaluation time. We've got a few more for this video. Deuce Vaughn is who we're going to lead off here. Very fun, interesting, unique player. Kansas State Wildcat, 21 years old. I believe that's the same college that Darren Sproles went to, which is appropriate because this is Darren Sproles. 5'5", 179 pounds. This dude's tiny. His arms are not even 28 inches long. This is a very small running back here, but pretty good explosive traits at the combine, I guess. 35.5-inch vert, 9-foot 8-inch broad's okay. So, yeah, he's Darren Sproles. Small, little bit on the weak side, but very, very fun and explosive. For those explosive traits, most big boards have him going in the 5th round-ish, I would say. PFF actually likes him enough to think he'll be a day 2 pick. I don't see that happening, but I do think this guy's going to be kicking around there in the late 4th, early 5th, if I had to estimate. Last 2 years, he's been crazy productive. Almost 3,000 rushing yards over the last 2 years in 27 games. 27 touchdowns, 18 touchdowns in 2021, by the way, and he's given you just over, 90 catches. 90 catches for almost 850 yards and 7 touchdowns in the passing game. This is some hyper elite production. And look, when you're this small, you're going to be able to slip through tiny holes. And honestly, he's so small, defenders have a hard time seeing him. He's going to be lower, significantly lower than every offensive lineman and defensive lineman in the league. Things get high traffic in the trenches. How are you going to even see him? He's just going to be past you, and you're going to be like, I don't know where the ball is. He's got great lateral agility in the open field as well. He's going to make people miss. He's very slippery. He's got good top-end speed. He accelerates quickly. And he's one of the best receivers out of the backfield in college football this last year. So I keep using that name, Darren Sproles. There's a reason for it. And the weaknesses are what you would expect. He tries in pass protection, I'll say that. I think he gives effort in pass protection from the reps I saw. But he gets blown up. He's just going to get blown up by blitzers. He's not reliable in short yardage situations, and sometimes he tries to make every play a big play. He dances in the backfield a little bit. So this is one of those guys. He puts a lot of things on the table, but he's going to take a lot off of it because he's such a unique player. And look, if he's there in the 5th round, I would do it, but I don't know if this is really the need right now. Okay, moving along, we've got Israel Abanikanda, I believe is how you pronounce it. I looked it up. Kind of difficult to find, but I believe that is what you're looking for here. Israel Abanikanda of Pittsburgh. Youngster, only 20 years old, and look out for stuff like that. When they're only 20 years old, that means they can learn and get a lot better and even get, they have a chance to fill out physically over the next couple years that a 23-year-old just doesn't have. 5'10", 216 pounds, 32-inch arms, 8.25-inch hands, so small hands, I guess, for whatever that's worth. CBS notably did not have him on their big board. Sports Illustrated and the Draft Network liked him enough to put him in the 4th. Database has him in the late 4th, which reasonable expectation, I think. Last year in 11 games, he gave you 1,400 rushing yards and 20 touchdowns. He was pretty good in 2021, but 2022 he blew up. Dominant season for him. Became a full-time bell cow back. Got the ball over 20 times a game on the ground alone in 2022 and did the most with his opportunities. Really quick acceleration on this guy. He's got pretty good top speed for a guy who's 215. His playing weight might end up being around 220, and he's got pretty good top speed for that. Despite having the good speed, he's got the power as well to run defenders over. It's like how a edge player can convert speed to power, or a pass rusher converts speed to power. He kind of has that going on here. He's an intelligent runner as well. He's not just going to run into the line like his eyes are closed. He's going to seek out the hole. He's going to try to set things up. He's going to use the blocking scheme to his advantage. Has some moves in the open field. He's got some value as a pass catcher, although Pittsburgh didn't ask a ton of him in that regard, I feel like. And also shown some positive traits, some encouraging signs in pass protection. And he's got some special teams value as well. He did kickoffs at Pittsburgh. Now, I think most of the issues with Abadi Kanda are he needs more time, he needs more experience, and he needs to get better at the things that he's already pretty good at. He does need to get better with his running back vision. He does occasionally fail to hold up as a pass protector against blitzers. Sometimes he drops passes, but I don't think he's bad in any of those areas. He's not super elusive, maybe, but I look at Israel and I see a guy who's a well-rounded jack of all trades, and as he gets a little bit older and more experienced, I think he'll start to grow into his game even more and get even better. So I think there's potential for a real sleeper here with this guy. So I think he can fill the holes we need on this team, and I think he can become a complete back later. I'd take him any point in day 3, honestly. I would take him even early round 4, honestly. Okay, next up we have Dwayne McBride of UAB. The UAB, what are they? The Dragons? I mean, they've got the same Sea Dragons logo, don't they? 22 years old, 5'10", 210 pounds, 30 and 5/8 inch arms, 9.5 inch hands. PFF loves him, has him going in the 3rd. ESPN really likes him as well, has him going very early 4th. CBS has him going 4th, and the Draft Network and Sports Illustrated think he'll be lucky to get drafted. The aggregate, however, says 4th round, and I imagine it's going to be something like that, 4th round. This guy's been about as productive as it gets the last 2 years for UAB. He's got over 3,000 rushing yards over the last 2 years, incredibly high yard per carry average. He's given you well over a touchdown a game. Last year he averaged actually over a touchdown and a half a game. Nothing as a receiver, but clearly that's a design on the part of UAB. So this guy runs with good power. He's got a healthy amount of power when he runs. He can run players over. He's also got the patience and the vision to wait for the hole to open up and then hit that hole. He's a very smart running back, I think. He has a really great understanding of when to cut, where the hole is going to be, where the defenders are going to be. I talk about this stuff a lot when it comes to running backs, but he seems very smart as far as running back play goes. He's got fast acceleration. He breaks tackles. He always falls forward to make sure to get the extra 2 yards. Yeah, this is another running back I look at and I go, that's kind of what I need right now. That's what I'm looking for. Dwayne McBride has the traits that I'm looking for. Now, he is a straight line running back. He's going to cut and he's going to run in a straight line. Not going to make a lot of players miss. Not going to show a lot of open field lateral agility. He's got nothing to offer as a pass receiver as far as we know right now. And also, I didn't see much from him as a pass protector. And he doesn't have great top-end speed. He's not going to finish the big play. He'll have a 30-yard run where K9 would have had the 65-yard touchdown because he's going to get tackled from behind. And he fumbled a lot. Like at UAB, he fumbled, well, I can't remember exactly what it was. It might have been like 11 times over the last 3 years. He's got a big fumble problem, needs to resolve that ASAP. But I like what I see here enough to say this is exactly what we need. This is exactly what the backfield desires in terms of short yardage. And I would make this guy a priority target basically the moment day 3 starts. Maybe not super early in day 3, but honestly, once day 3 starts, Dwayne McBride is somebody who my attention is on him for sure. Just exactly the kind of thing that we need right now. Eric Gray is going to be the last running back in this video. Oklahoma running back, 23 years old. A little bit on the short side, 5'9.5", but 207 pounds. Sub 30-inch arms, but almost 10-inch hands. So mixed bag there. He only did 2 things at the combine. His vertical was pretty nice, 37.5 inches. 9 foot 10-inch broads, pretty decent as well. Most of the big boards seem to have him in the 5th round. One has him in the 4th and one has him in the 7th. The aggregate says 4th. I kind of expect him to go in the late 4th based off what I've seen. Again, there's a ton of fluidity with these guys, though. So for Oklahoma, the Sooners, Gray had a very productive 2022 when he was a bell cow back. Previous years, he was not. When he was a bell cow back, however, he gave you almost 1,400 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 33 receptions out of the backfield. So he proved himself. He proved himself in a season where he touched the ball nearly 50 times for the Sooners. What I can say about him positively, he's hard to get a good hit on, got good contact balance. He's going to constantly shift around, even in traffic, to make it so you can't really land that big hit on him. He's got good open field moves. He's a capable receiver out of the backfield, like I pointed out. He doesn't really fumble, not a fumbler. He's got great ball security. He's very creative in the way he sets things up for himself. He'll be thinking like 3 or 4 moves ahead as a running back. Like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to get the defender there. I'm going to use this blocker there. Seems like his mind is always working when he's running with the ball in his hands. But not a lot of power. He's somebody who's going to hit a linebacker and go down. Somebody who's not going to push forward for the extra yards. Not really offering much as a pass protector. Not going to pick up blitzes. And he's going to get chased down by third-level defenders. He's not going to outrun a lot of defensive backs in the NFL for long touchdowns. He's just going to, like I said, he's going to get the 30 yards instead of the 65 yards. So, decent enough prospect. I got nothing really against him, except it's not really what I'm looking for right now. At a certain point, yeah, he gets to the 6th round, and you still need a running back. The value is pretty good. But Eric Gray, I think he's going to go in like the 4th or 5th, and I'm not that interested there. So that would be my take on him, and those are the running backs we're taking a look at in this portion of the draft analysis. We're going to do more later today. Let me know what you guys think. We got some really good ones here. This is a really good running back class, and I'm happy to say that this is not a bad draft class to be going into the draft with a severe need at running back. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think.